What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Busy Dad's Board Gaming. My name is Neil Odette, and today I'm going to be doing a Kickstarter preview of Crazy Cake from B Game Social, who was kind enough to provide me with a copy of the game. Just a disclaimer, as is the case with all Kickstarter previews, this is a prototype copy of the game, so components and rules may differ throughout the production of the game up to the final retail release. But with all that being said, let's dive right into it. Here we have the game Crazy Cake, where you'll be playing as a baker. Not only will you be playing as a baker, but you will be playing as a baker in a baking competition. And we all know how ruthless those can be. Crazy Cake is a 2 to 6 player set collecting and take that card game that plays anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes depending on the number of players. In Crazy Cake, you'll be competing against the other players at the table to see who can make the best 3-tier cake and score the most points. But you'll need to watch out because your opponents will be trying their best to sabotage your cake with some of the most disgusting ingredients they can find. But not to fear though, because you'll be doing the exact same thing to them. Each player will have their own individual play areas located right in front of them. This is where you'll be building your 3-tiered cake. But as any good baker knows, there is a method to the madness. You can't just throw down any assortment of ingredients. They have to be in a specific order, that order being the cake itself, followed by filling, and then frosting to top it off. But worry not, you can most definitely start on your second or even your 3rd tier before you finish your first. Each player will start the game with 3 cards, with the rest in the center of the table as the draw pile. On your turn, you'll draw the top card from the draw pile or the top ingredient card from the discard pile. So taking that Raid the Fridge Sabotage card that an opponent just played is out of the question. Bakers will be building their cake 1 card at a time, taken from their hand of cards and placed face up in front of them on the table. A completed cake will have 3 tiers totaling 9 ingredients, 3 cakes, 3 fillings, and 3 frosting. Once a player has built their 3 tiers, it should look something like this. Not only that, but as soon as a player has completed all 3 of their tiers, the game immediately ends. Time's up, no second chances, extra rounds, or any other shenanigans. Bakers will count the points located on their cards, and the baker with the highest point value wins. Speaking of points, filling, and all that jazz, let's take a look at a few cards so you know what to expect. First of all, you'll find the type of card. Blue is cake, red is filling, and yellow is frosting. Moving along from that, you have the actual name of the ingredient. Here you can see we have things like potato chip, octopus, hot dog, tofu, pistachio, blueberry, you name it. The last important piece of information that you'll find on the cards are the point values themselves. Point values are pretty self-explanatory. There are good ingredients, which score a fair amount of points, so-so ingredients, and finally some of the most disgusting ingredients to ever be put on a cake. But are they really that disgusting? I mean, hot dog filling in a cake sounds pretty gross, but if it's paired with the right ingredients, could it really be that bad? See, in Crazy Cake, some ingredients match. So just because your opponent tried to sandbag you with a potato chip cake doesn't mean the end of the world. To match ingredients, look at the second smaller icon in the top right corner of an ingredient card. If they are the same color and shape, they are part of a set. Get 2 or more of that set in your cake, and the points change to the higher value in the colored shape. I do want to emphasize that it is 2 or more from a set in your cake, not just a single tier. So I might have gotten a potato chip cake on my first tier, but as you can see, I have yellow mustard frosting on my second tier and hot dog filling on my third tier. Since those are a part of a matching set, instead of being worth their initial point value, they are now worth much more. Now, what will players actually be doing on their turn? Well, first of all, as I mentioned earlier, at the start of your turn, you'll first draw the top card of the draw pile or the top ingredient card from the discard pile. Using the cards in their hand, players can do one of the three following things. First, a player may play one ingredient on any of their own tiers or their opponent's tiers, ensuring to follow the proper sequence of cake, filling, and frosting. Second, a player may play a sabotage card. Sabotage cards in Crazy Cakes allow you to do things like flip the table, which has all bakers choose one tier, either complete or incomplete, from their own cake and discard it. Or a player could rifle through the discard by playing a scavenge card, allowing them to select one of the top 5 discarded cards. Once played though, bakers must follow the rule of the card, then place it in the discard pile. Lastly, on your turn, you may discard one unwanted card from your hand without playing it. After doing one of these 3 things, the baker's turn ends and moves on to the next player. And as I mentioned before, once the first 3-tier cake is complete, the game ends and the bakers count their points. The baker with the highest point value wins. We've really been enjoying our time with Crazy Cake. We really like Sushi Go, which this game has some similarities to, but stands on its own with regards to mechanics and gameplay. This is a great filler game that I would recommend to anyone who likes games like Sushi Go Party, Point Salad, or even Abandon All Artichokes. But there you have it. That was my preview of Crazy Cake, which hits Kickstarter on September 7th, 2021. I'll be sure to leave links in the description below to their Kickstarter campaign page, so go ahead and check that out if it's still running. As always, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notified on any future videos. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Links for everything in the description below. But until next time, thanks for watching and happy gaming.